On our way, the McDonald family is on their way to the Toronto. What, Toronto? You call me Piggy? That's not nice. You're silly. We're on our way to the Toronto Blue Jays game. Has Addie ever been to a game? She hasn't. Because the last time we went was just Ava and I.
No, we went to the game in Detroit. She was just a baby.
Right, we went to the game in Detroit. Was she around when we went to the game in Columbus? Yeah, when we went to Columbus, you were with me. Remember we sat in the third base line? Columbus game. It was a AAA game. Remember an affiliate game? No, she wasn't. That was a lot of fun too. So we're on our way to the ball game right now. Addie's first baseball game in Canada. At least she was at the Tigers game when we went that one time. But it's a lot of fun. Ava and Ollie have been a couple of times to the Blue Jays, but this is our first time, obviously, since the pandemic has ended. And, you know, with the schedule that Amy and I keep, it's not really easy to get out to a ball game, but we decided to go today. So thanks, Tom, one of our clients, for the tickets. Very generous, very kind of you. I always feel weird, right? Because we always have people that'll send me like Starbucks cards. Joe will send me Starbucks cards all the time, and you know, you guys certainly. It's my job. I love my job. You know, we're all having fun. We're all having a great run, but certainly don't owe me anything. So please don't feel like you have to send me anything. I certainly don't need it. So, but I am very appreciative of the opportunity to go here today. So thank you for that. Off to the game. As I said, we've had a wonderful week this week. I got to watch Massive Profit win in Indiana. He's done great. Obviously, Davey and Mario did a great job getting that horse back to the races. He looks awesome. And LD's Patrick, the job that Jason Lauren and all the staff in Ohio did with him. You know, I love that horse. I love horses. Here's a horse that we bought with very low expectations, and it's just a great story. It's just turned into, who knows what he's turned into. I don't know what he's turned into. He's turned into a nice horse, and a very likable horse is what he's turned into, which is the opposite of the scouting report on this guy. But it's just sometimes, you know, horses just don't get along with the people they're at. And we've had horses like that. Make no mistake, there's been plenty of horses leave our barn that just didn't get along with us, that went forward. But when it comes to this guy, he's been a real breath of fresh air. We've been very fortunate, right? Stay close. Looks like he's worth way more. I almost didn't want to put him in, don't want to put him in the optional 30 claimer, but there's not a ton of places for this guy. Just tell her I'm just doing a video. I'll call her right back. There's just not a ton of places to race him, and have to stick to the rules. We've tried to make a rule over the last year, and you can see the change it's made. Put the horses in where they can win. If we can't find a place they can win, then we have to move them on. And I think that is what we have to stick to. It worked well. I know I talked to Harry last week, about 2 weeks ago, but don't believe me, just watch. Nobody wants to lose the horse, but he has to race where he can win. And look at the difference. You know, horses almost seemingly can read programs too, right? Put them in where they can do good, and you'll be very surprised at what takes place. And that's exactly what we're experiencing here at the stable. We've been buying horses to fit classes, and we've been very fortunate. Levitor has done very, very well for us. Raced him. He punched way outside his weight class the other day, and that's what happened, right? He got beat up because he didn't belong in there. Those horses were just way too good for him. And we even put him in the 50 claimer. I see he's 20-1 morning line. I know that that horse that won the race is out of there this week. And I know that Corey and Mark both said the same thing. Maybe he can do in there. He might be able to do in there, but it's going to be a significant change of scenery for him as far as classification goes. So again, you're not going to have to show Levitor what to do. If he feels that he belongs in that race heading into the 3/8 pole, you're going to see a much different Levitor show up this week in Yonkers. And if he doesn't, we have a ton of paths. That is important also. Finding paths for these horses. Buy a horse that can do here, but maybe they can do there. And if it doesn't work out, we still have over here. If you have horses with paths and paths that are well lit for them, a number of races and jurisdictions for them, then that's the kind of horse we want, right? Levitor, certainly not going to cause us any harm. Stay close, same type of thing. LD's Patrick, as I said, a breath of fresh air with him. But all these horses, and Sailor, you're going to see Sailor come forward also. This is a horse that we bought him, raced him short, not really what you should do. He made that break that night. I think we all can agree that he's probably going to be really good that night. The quarter crack bled on him the next week, and he was a little bit flat. Finished 5th, but did trot in 55. Wasn't like he was horrible. Did trot in 55, I believe, that night, or 56, whatever he did. We'll bring him back this week. His feet are good. They're coming good. He fits that class. It's going to go on Friday. I think you're going to see a very, very good mile from Sailor. I don't think he's going to be razor sharp or super tight, but I think he'll be very sound. And I think he'll be very happy and very content to do his work. And I think, what happened, honey? It looks like you're going to have a little nappy, are you? That's okay. We have 40 minutes before we get to... Do you think you can reach down right behind your seat on the right and grab that tablet? She just dropped it. Sailor, as I said, very impressed with what I've seen from Sailor. All these horses are getting drowned out by the qualifiers and schoolers and races of these horses we raced last week. Guys, you know, Century Invictus raced good on Saturday night. Brave World raced good again. Somebody said, I thought he might win. Brave World is not a 3-move horse. James knew that, but he was in a tough spot. Trevor left out with a long shot. He knew that a favorite was going to be coming, and rather than be first over in the last turn, James did the right thing. He opted to remove him back to the front and then release the pickled horse. But Brave World is not a 3-move horse. You know that, and I know that. And he raced as good as he can. He's racing fantastic for Harry right now. So a great job done by them. Bolt Power was good. You guys watch the replay. I was showing Amy after. Dougie was fuming at me after the race. Watch halfway down the lane when I kind of sneak out in behind them. Bolt Power's nose is on the brim of Dougie's helmet, and as I continue to file to the right, his nose catches his helmet and twists his head almost right around. And Dougie was fuming after the race. I was joking with him. I told him I'd get him some turtle wax for his helmet. But Bolt Power raced great also. Everybody's horses are racing good right now because they're good horses in the right classes. So, very twinkle in her eye. Wasn't a fact. Fire right now. Mario's Barn raced good, and his horses that are qualifying looks good. We're going to probably start moving some other horses down into Mario's Barn. Mario's Barn's an Ontario stable, so we're probably going to have some Ontario horses in there, in Harry's barn, in Dominic's barn. I'm quietly trying to convince Dominic to go to Kentucky. Shh, don't tell us what. I'm quietly trying to convince Dominic to go to Kentucky for the summer because we have all those good babies are eligible in Kentucky, are going to find their way to Kentucky. Cake. Yeah, Cake is going to race in Kentucky. Do you like Kentucky, Addie? You've never even been to Kentucky.
She has.
When did she in Kentucky?
Oh, I don't know, the day that the guy...
Oh, yeah, the guy,
picked
Barry.
her up
Maybe
and
the best video, maybe the best thing that has ever
I can't
happened.
believe we forgot that.
Wow, because we have so much happening.
That was fun.
When Barry
Oh, yeah.
took the kids
Can
to...
we not talk about it?
The best story ever
They heard it.
was Barry the Hillbilly taking the kids down to the winner's circle when Blue Bayou Dia won. That was maybe, we all look back on our deathbeds, and I hope I remember that story. When I take my last breath, I hope at some point in the minutes previous, I remember the Barry taking them to Blue Bayou Dia, the kids down to the... If you've never heard that story, it's a 2-beer story.
Yeah.
Or a 2-mule story.
It's definitely a video.
It's its own video.
Yeah, they can go back and
But it's on a video for sure. But if you've never heard the story and you want to hear the story, remind me some night and I'll tell you. Maybe one of the funniest things that has happened to me in a decade.
Right now,
And at the same time, simultaneously, almost one of the most embarrassing things that happened to my wife. It was an epic story. So, Kentucky's going to be a lot of fun. I want to try and make some time for Kentucky this year. You know, we got... Tire got murdered here on the road. We want to try and get some time. Obviously, we're going to spend a lot of time in Ohio. Amy hates the fairs. I love the fairs. Ava's coming with me to Ohio this year. We're going to spend... You're coming too. Of course. Addie's going to spend some time also with us. Ali obviously has baseball this year, so he's going to spend a lot of time in Ontario. Amy's going to be back and forth. I hope Ollie spends some time in Ohio also because, you know, I want him to do well in baseball. I want him to have fun in baseball, but at the same time, we go through a lot as a family, right? On an annual basis. I can guarantee you one thing. There's going to be no shortage of excitement when our kids are growing up and looking back on their childhood and what they did and what they accomplished and how they got there.
Really?
There won't be any shortage of excitement. So, I do want to make time for Kentucky though this year. Oak Grove is interesting. It's way out in the middle of nowhere. I hope there's an airport close because I would like to spend some time in Kentucky this year, and I would like Dominic to go there, right? Because a lot of these racehorses, some of them will be turned out, some of them can be moved around, but a lot of those good horses like All our great 2-year-olds are Kentucky eligible, right? All our fastest horses are Kentucky. Eclair is Kentucky eligible throughout the summer. So is Unbeatable Kemp. So is Blue Bayou Dio. We have no shortage of talent that is going to be pointed towards Kentucky this year. So I do hope that Dominic can go to Kentucky. His family would love it down there too for the summer. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun this summer. So this is our first post-COVID summer together with some real power. I hope everybody makes an opportunity to get out. You guys know the open house is coming in. I just have to sign the contract. We got it all done. We are going to Woodbine Mohawk Park for our open house on May 8th this year. But that's just not it. We have racing Friday, Saturday. We have a ton going on. So I'll tell you this. I can't tell anybody what to do. You can get across the border. Borders are opening up now. Make the time to come to this open house. If you're in the States and you're looking for something to kick off your summer, it used to be the open house, and it should be again this year. What we're going to be able to do at Mohawk will be so much better. Now we're just trying to nail down. I don't see why not, because we're going to have run of the place for the day. I would assume our clients can come over to the paddock and hang out, look at the horses, touch the horses, meet some of the caretakers, because we're going to have a lot of caretakers. Everybody, all hands will be on deck on May 8th, and it will be a lot. What, honey?
Can we go on May 8th?
Yes, of course you can. It will be a lot. What? We're virtually getting the facility for the morning, for the afternoon. It will be a lot of fun, and I cannot wait. We have waited 2 years to get together, haven't we? We've waited a long time as a group to, you guys get to see the videos, you get to see the horses race. We're having a huge run, but you haven't really got a chance to get out to meet everybody, have you? It will be a lot of fun. I know Mohawk's looking to kick off. As I said to Mohawk in my original email to them, it's one thing to announce racing is back. We're back. But it's another thing to have a day like this, right? An event like this where we have so many people out to the track, where we can promote it, show it off. And we are going to show it off. Make no mistake. I may have to go for a day. For those of you who don't remember, we do have some clients that are, I don't know, polite. They're famous people. They're at the top. They were at the pinnacle of a sport, and they still are. Obviously, Charles Oliveira. Many of you have noticed in the news that Charles Oliveira, who is the light heavyweight champion of the world. Wait, no, that's not right. Light heavyweight is not correct. Lightweight, 155, I believe. He's the champion. A fantastic guy. I've never met the man myself. This is all through Blue Chip. They know him. There's a connection there. I wanted to get out to the May 7th fight that he's fighting. He's defending his title the night before we have our open house. The timing just wasn't good. Slim Jimmy races on the 7th. I don't think I'm going to go drive Slim Jimmy. I hope that Slim Jimmy does well for Brett Miller or Chris Page or whoever Jason decides to put on Slim Jimmy. I hope they get along with him in the Hackett, because I'd like to watch it on TV with you. I'd like to sit in the clubhouse Saturday night. I'm not driving anything Saturday night. So James better get his horse at a Bolt Powers class, because I'm not driving now. We'll sit with our clients up in the clubhouse and have some fun. We're going to have a night of it on Saturday. We're going to have a huge day on Sunday. You guys want to head down? Maybe we're racing in London and or Mohawk on Friday. Make a weekend of it. Come on up. If you need help getting accommodations, there's tons of hotels around. We can probably help out with that. I'm sure Kelly's watching this video. I'm sure she can put a link to some hotels. The two places, the Staybridge and the Fairfield Inn in Guelph, are literally right behind my house now. Make sure it's the one on, what's that, Clare Road? Is that still Clare Road where the Fairfield is? Because there's a Fairfield up on Woodlawn also.
It's not on Clare Road, but it's off of it. It's on Southgate, I think.
Southgate, that's exactly what it is. So you're looking for the Staybridge or the Fairfield on Southgate. Any of the hotels in Guelph are fine. Even if you're up on Woodlawn, you're 15 minutes north of me, half an hour from the farm. But at the same time, you're still close. So we'll have lots going on for the entire weekend. We plan on having people out Friday, people out Saturday, the big event on Sunday. We're going to make a big deal about this because it is a big deal. It is our first day together since COVID. So I hope, and please, if there's any trepidation, don't feel the pressure to come out. But if you want to come out, we'll help you get here because we want to have as many clients on site. I told the track we'd have 300, but I've already got emails from people saying, I want to bring my kids. It's a brunch. Can I bring my children? Can I bring my friends? You can bring whoever you want. Whoever you want. We need everybody to have their RSVPs done because we really got to give a number to Mohawk, right? They need to know, for food-wise, they need to know how many people are coming. So Kelly's going to have that RSVP out to you, I believe, this week. Monday, Tuesday, it'll be out to you. Please take the time to fill it out. We need to know how many are coming. I know there's going to be a lot, but I don't know how many a lot is. And then that number will change again when we start to advertise it and have people out to come out to watch the babies go. Everybody's welcome. We want to show everybody what we've done, the hard work we've put in, and that will be on display. That will be on display May 8th. Our Mother's Day open house returns in a big way at Mohawk Park. So, I talked about the horses this week. Obviously, we have a number of horses we're going to talk about that are on the mend for a number of reasons, or maybe just missed a week or two. We have some horses that are getting ready to go that are super exciting. Obviously, 3 Point Blue Chip. I told everybody he was going to qualify this Saturday. Then I'd received an email from Julie Miller saying he had a little bruise in his foot and he had some pimples in his throat. So we're going to give him a week. She said we're going to give him a little time. I said, you do what you want. You guys are training him. You know what stakes he's pointing towards. You do what you feel is best, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So 3 Point Blue Chip will qualify when he qualifies, but I know they've trained him in 58, so I know they've been very, very happy with him. I know by the language and the emails and the conversations I've had quietly with Julie that they're super thrilled. I know the feedback they've given Tom is a lot because Tom is super touting this colt. The USDA ran a little note about him, obviously in conjunction with Charles Oliveira fighting for the title on May 7th. So it'd be nice to have him. A little side note also, not just Charles Oliveira, I would like to make a day, I'd like to fly out to Illinois at short notice, but I had a conversation with Eddie Olczyk the other day. Addie and Ava and Ollie. Enough. I had a conversation, first time I'd ever talked on the phone with Eddie Olczyk. Seems like a super nice man, and we have a horse named after him in Olczyk who trained great the other day, and I would like to get him involved with a couple of our horses that are going out to Illinois. GJ's ATM in particular would be a good start. I think this horse is going to make a real big turnaround. We were lucky, but at the same time, he had lost a couple of weeks, but we were lucky we didn't lose him for the season. That injury, he really gave himself a whack when he got cast in the stall. And it looks good now. He's coming around. He's sound on the track. So I'm interested to see how he looks Tuesday. He is our best colt thus far for Illinois. So I would like to get him involved there. It would make total sense, I suppose, to get him involved with the horse he was named after, or that was named after him in Olczyk also. So I'd like to fly out, meet with him and John Walsh. I haven't talked to John in person in a long time. Super, super nice man. So I can't wait to meet them. I would like to make a day and sneak out to Illinois and meet with them. Wednesday would be the only day because Thursday I have to go to Ohio. We have a number of horses qualifying. Top of the docket is Bomb Hugger. You're going to see her make her first qualifier. Going to be an easy qualifier. She's got 2 qualifiers, and then off to the Lady Suffolk in Freehold. I've already told everybody we're probably going to send her to Corey Stratton to race at Freehold, and then she's going to return. Her permanent home for the summer, or base of operations for us in New York, is hopefully going to be... We're going downtown Toronto, baby. We're going to go watch a ball game. You want to go watch the Blue Jays?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just let you off then. Where do you want? You want ice cream? Well, they have ice cream at the ballpark. Don't worry. Amy's worried about the ice cream. We're going through the stage right now where Amy's worried that Addie is lactose intolerant. She may very well be. I know if I eat a pile of cheese, it can hurt me sometimes too. But what are you gonna do? I think moderation. Everything in moderation. But today with the giant ice creams at the ballpark, it might tip the moderation. Might tip. Who eats cotton candy in 2020? What's wrong with you?
It's 2022.
Correct.
2, when we went to Mexico, you got me me and Addie, that huge stick of cotton candy.
That was good. That was at that restaurant. That was very good, actually. But it's still just cotton candy. I don't even know what it's made from. I don't need an email. I don't care, really. But it's like a... Yeah, anyway.
You forget to get on the garden or whatever that is.
the Gardner's not. So did you get the maps?
There's no map. It's just
Yes. So
instructions.
go to Simcoe, the Simcoe place, put it in your thing, and you get the map for it.
I know, but he told us how to do it.
Okay, so I can't. He's not a map. There's not a map
Okay, I
attached to it.
understand what you're saying, but I have the verbal instructions.
Yeah, but they don't help you get to where.
Probably not going to give you the right.
Start with the maps. Thank you. So, what was I talking about? 3-Point Blue Chip, but talking about a lot of horses. Had a great week again this week. LD's Patrick was phenomenal in Ohio. Yeah, James and I had a conversation about it. And I said this in a video the other day. If you watch how LD's Patrick came to us, how hot he was, how crazy he was. Remember he run away with me? The second start on the front end, I was seesawing him all the way over the half. And then you fast forward to the way he raced in Ohio. He's learning. One, he knows how fast he is, and two, he's learning to use his speed properly. It's not going to let you do that while you're driving sweetie. I don't think. But LD's Patrick, the way he patiently waited for me to call on him the other day
I'll just wait
was...
for you to apologize.
For what?
You put all this address in.
What do you mean?
You said it was me like that.
Well, my car won't let me use my maps when I'm driving.
It knows I'm not driving.
Okay, well, your car's smarter than mine, clearly. Hey, Ava, enough.
Is it a health clinic?
No, it's a parking lot. So, LD's Patrick, just the growth of this horse has been measurable, but almost immeasurable. This horse has changed from a speed demon and a horse that, yeah, we can win some races and turn him over quick, to I don't know how good this horse is. I really don't. He's back in Ontario now. He's going to race in hours of 5 or 80. So he travels almost as much as I do. I was really worried that he was getting tired, but certainly didn't look tired the other day. So we'll see how he races this week. But coming off the win that he did, I suspect he's going to be a force to be reckoned with this week in the non-winners of 80 in non-winners of 5 or 80 in Ontario. No free lunch. Might have finished third, but could have easily been a winner had he had a clear run at the leader, and definitely would have been second. He raced great. Tyler talked to me about him after. He said he was really happy with him. Very happy with the way the horse raced, the way he traveled, the way he behaved. Just super happy in all regards with this horse. Unbeatable Kemp, Resolute Bay put it on display the other night. It was very good. I know James's feelings were hurt, but mine weren't. I thought the horses raced fantastic, looked good, and are both going to be very, very good horses at 3 for us. Brave World, as I said in the opening, Brave World and Bolt Power both raced great last night. Century Invictus, thought he could have been a winner, but he continues to knock on the door. It's only a matter of time before he too realizes how fast he is. Very happy with him. Stonebridge Acadi, rewind all the way back to last Sunday. That horse raced great in a winning effort. Gave him a week off, got a little vet work done on him. He'll be fine for the week heading forward. Eyes at 10 might have been second. Eyes at 10 might have been. Hey, yes, this is where the airplanes live. Eyes at 10 raced great in London. Very, very happy with the way that she raced. World for Two's qualifier was fantastic this week. Tioga Sunshine, Taiwan on, both their qualifiers looked very good. I know somebody said, well, Tioga was beaten because she's not nearly as good as Taiwan on. They're two extremely different. Adeline, shh. They're two extremely different animals, but very, very impressed with what I saw from, where are we getting off here? 800 meters. Why are we going to the right in 800 meters? Makes no sense. Or at the left. It doesn't want me to hit the collectors, that's why. It does, here. These maps are so ridiculous. Taiwan On's going to be a fun horse, or Tioga Sunshine's going to be a fun horse for us to race this year, but make no mistake, Tioga Sunshine is not Taiwan On, and the fact that Taiwan On blew by her with another horse, it's because they're better horses. There's nothing wrong with that. Bomb Hugger, as I said, qualifying this Thursday, very, very impressed with the way she's trained back verbally. I haven't seen her in a while myself. Jason has been throwing out some rather lofty praise for Bomb Hugger, so I can't wait to see her on Thursday. Slim Jimmy, great qualifier for him. As I said, him and Pete, I want to come back with a mile, about 2 minutes 59 with them. Had them sharp as a tack and well within themselves heading into the Hackett. And then Purple Aura, great training trip. I guess I screwed up the time yesterday. 2:04 off a half and 6, not 2:06 off a half and 4. 2.7 kilometers. I need lots of room.
This
So-
guy's good.
What's that? I think we're just going right here. So Jason said she was very good, very strong. So she's pointed right towards the sire stake. So good for her. We had some horses that were a little off last week. Some quarter cracks, some injuries, some time off. Sailor obviously popped those quarter cracks. A bit of a flat mile last time, but we got him shod, got him changed around. I suspect you're going to see a much stronger and more pliable Sailor in his next start. Eglarium, my wife just said, oh, she's picked for third or fourth, and she's coming in short. She's not short. She trained in 2 minutes on Wednesday, and if her AST is down and her head is on straight, they are not going to beat her, I don't think, on Monday. She's just, I don't like to sound arrogant, and I don't want to predict victories, but she's just a better horse than them. I know that Carmen's horse that shows the preferred, he's a little chewed up, that horse. And the other horses just aren't as good as Eglarium. I could be wrong, maybe looking at the program, it's right here. Eglarium, maybe I'm biased, but is a very, very fast horse. Sharp as attack. Dominic, she said she trained awesome in 2 minutes the other day on Wednesday. So she's not coming in like screwed in super tight. She's tight enough. And I think she's going to have a very good performance on Monday. Adrenaline Rush, as I said, come back from the university last week. He's going to have to go. We're going to have to go a little easy. It was a mess. His abdomen underneath his exterior, his shell, was hit a lot of infection in there, which was so weird. At 25 years, I've never seen that in my life. As a trainer, I've never ever seen that in my life, where that would happen. So a good catch by Debbie Moran to see that, and thanks to the crew at the university for cleaning him up. Now we've given this horse every opportunity. No, he wasn't a killer when he got hurt, but you know what? He's grown up now. He's 100% healed. That infection was in there for quite a long time. By a long time, I mean over a year. So I hope that he's a better horse for it. So we'll see soon enough. But I'm interested and intrigued to see what Adrenaline Rush comes back with. Habanero, Twin Bee Habanero starts back Monday, jogging. I was very happy with him. We got the OCDs out of him. We'll see how he performs in the rest of 2022. We should be able to start training him in about 10 days and get him back on track in no time. Where are we going here? 427 South. Yeah. Will the Win Hanover pop that quarter crack? She's not going to race next week. We'll probably school her. No, we'll probably train her up real hard on Wednesday at Mohawk, and then she'll head back to Mohawk for Monday's racing, I hope. If it's Wednesday, back Thursday. Again, that's not the end of the world either. Patrick de Piranha, his blood was a little screwed up in the start that I raced him. He raced poorly and had every reason to by what I saw in his blood work. We're working on it. Got his blood back good the other day. James schooled him in the pouring rain the other day with a shoeing change, equipment change, 55 off a quarter in 31 seconds. So one, the fact that he got up there in 31 seconds easily, and two, that he finished up so strong is obviously a good indicator. He's coming back strong. He'll race next Saturday. He'll be in Wave. We're going to have a ton of horses in next Friday and Saturday in Ontario and London also. And then obviously Amor Diener. I want to get over there and get a look at this horse. He looked lame to me left hind. He looked lame to me left hind. Both behind the gate and in the mile the other day. All the x-rays they took after the race were negative. Nothing was found. Nothing conclusive was found. So we'll see what happens with Amor Diener this week. He's back at Jason's now. I'd like to have a preliminary report from my Dr. Latessa on Monday to see where we go and what will go on with Amor Diener in the near future. Now those are the horses. That we have going right now. We have so many horses that are getting ready. Like Blue Bayou Deal is going to race next Thursday. Taiwan On should be in to go next Thursday. These are horses that are poised to have very, very good years. I can't wait to see them race also. As I said, we're going to have two qualifiers for our girl Baumhugger, and then she'll head to New York, New Jersey to race in Freehold in, I believe, I'm going to double check when I finish this, but the Lady Suffolk, I'm pretty sure it's called. We got all our staking done for April. We'll finish off the payments for them on April the 15th, and that's pretty much it. Again, been a stressful staking season financially, but at the same time, we get through probably the most seamless year we've got through was this year, so very, very happy with the way that has gone. We have two horses that will be departing the stable on Monday. Captain Mike Dio and Better Be Sawyer are both on the online platform, the preferred online platform on Monday. I think they'll sell decently, and we'll part ways with them. They just weren't going to be what we needed them to be, and there's not the only ones. There's going to be a couple of more horses moving over the next few weeks, but these shouldn't be surprises to anybody, right? They can't all be good. They can't all be what we want them to be. At the same time, if we're struggling to find paths, as we talked about at the start of this video, if we're struggling to find paths forward for some of them, then selling them and letting a smaller operation race them wherever they would like makes the most sense, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to conclude this video talking about the contract that will be coming up. That will be in a format where you have to go in, click on I agree, much like updating anything on your phone. Scroll down, click I agree for your signature, and then you can continue on with your business. Now read the contract. There are some things in there that are in there to clarify positions of yours, positions of the stables. As you can imagine, after 5, 6, 7, almost 8 years in business now, we started with a contract that was virtually a handshake, and now moved to something that is more substantive, more something that you can look at that clarifies the positions we have and you have, something that's been needed, right? And we took notes as we moved along, much like our operating model. Our contract has to change along the way also. We've tried our hardest and been successful in, as everybody else raises their prices in the world right now. We've done our best to keep them as low as we can, so there'll be no mention of any sort of price hikes in there. That I don't think they're needed at this moment. But I mean, the fuel costs for shipping, I guess that's just passed on as it comes to us. But again, I think they're more than fair. So I've been happy with what I've seen. But again, I wanted to clarify everything we are doing and everything that we are trying to do moving forward. So make sure to keep an eye out for that contract coming up in the next week. As I said, the last item is some sort of fire insurance. We saw what happened with Classy Lane. You know, before we were a small barn that would be crippled like any barn if we lost everything. But now we're a much bigger barn, and it would be catastrophic if we lost our horses in any way. So this won't be mortality insurance, but it will be fire insurance for our barns. We have a lot of horses in a number of areas, so we've had a lot of help from Steve and Jeff Ruck putting this together. They're in the final stages of that now, and we'll get that out to you in the coming days. I wanted to have it ready for January 1st. I wanted to have it ready for March 1st. I wanted to have it ready for April 1st. We don't have it ready yet, but we will very, very soon. So the big news of the week is we are locked in. We are going to Mohawk for our open house on May the 8th. It will be so much fun. I can't wait, and a great weekend. We're racing so many horses at Mohawk now. If you have the time, if you have a window, if your calendar's free, make the time to come out. Come out for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're going to be going to Mohawk. Going to be sitting down as a group, having a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the weekend, the entire weekend of May the 8th. So with that, I will bring this to a close. We're getting close to downtown Toronto, heading to the Blue Jays, playing Texas State. Who's the starter today? Oh, Hung Jin Ryu, right? Oh, I can't wait. Long time coming for the McDonald family to get out and do something real cool outside of horse racing, and today is that day. So thanks again, Tom, for the tickets. Can't wait to watch the Blue Jays today. So with that, I will say goodbye. Hope you had a great weekend, and as always, I hope you have a better week ahead. A lot going on this week at the stable as usual. Take care, everybody.